Gotta keep the tan up. It's not a skin color, it's a lifestyle, Brian. See, you wouldn't know that because you're white as a ghost. You're haunting this house with your whiteness, Brian. Hey, wake me up in 15, will you, babe?
Fine.
Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? But not too fast, 'cause Stewie takes it slow.
Oh, crap, Stewie! Hey, buddy. I was just coming to tell you, it's time to get out. I've been in there for 6.5 hours, you son of a...
To stay alive, the human body needs a diet rich in items found not on a dinner table, but on the periodic table. Essentials such as calcium for bones, teeth, and muscle contraction, iron to transport oxygen, and zinc for growth and nerve functions. However, number 82, lead, is definitely one element that is not on the menu. Even tiny amounts can have severe health effects on people and other animals. And to make it worse, lead tricks your body to get in. Lead mimics the good elements your body needs, like calcium and zinc. Once inside, it replaces those metals, destroying important bodily functions.
Asbestos is a fibrous mineral that's resistant to chemicals and heat, and very tough. It was also added to the building materials of many older homes. As a worker or homeowner, the hazard exists when undertaking a renovation or demolition. The danger is releasing the asbestos fibers into the air. When a worker breathes, asbestos fibers enter the mouth and nose and flow down the air passages deep into the lungs. The fibers lodge in the delicate lung tissue where oxygen is absorbed into the blood. Immune system cells try and break down the asbestos fibers and become damaged and die. Scar tissue forms around the dead cells and spreads as more fibers embed in the lungs. Asbestos fibers can remain in the lungs for long periods, and the scar tissue that results continues to develop for many years after exposure.
Attention! If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in the Navy, shipyards, mills, heating, construction, or the automotive industries may have put you at risk. Please don't wait. Call 1-800-99-LAW-USA for a free legal consultation and financial information packet. Mesothelioma patients call now. 1-800-99-LAW-USA.
In 1845, Ireland's vast potato fields were struck by an invasive fungal disease that rapidly infested this staple crop. The effect was devastating. 1 million people died of famine, and over 1 million more were forced to leave Ireland. Nowadays, we avoid such agricultural catastrophes with the help of pesticides. Those are a range of man-made chemicals that control insects, unwanted weeds, funguses, rodents, and bacteria that may threaten our food supply. They've become an essential part of our food system. As populations have grown, monoculture, single-crop farming, has helped us feed people efficiently. But it's also left our food vulnerable to extensive attack by pests. In turn, we've become more dependent on pesticides. Today, we annually shower over 5 billion pounds of pesticides across the earth. to control these unwanted visitors. The battle against pests, especially insects, has marked agriculture's long history. Records from thousands of years ago suggest that humans actively burned some of their crops after harvest to rid them of pests. There's even evidence from ancient times that we recruited other insects to help. In 300 AD, Chinese farmers specially bred ferocious predatory ants in orange orchards to protect the trees from other bugs. Later, as large-scale farming spread, we began sprinkling arsenic, lead, and copper treatments on crops. But these were incredibly toxic to humans as well. As our demand for more, safer produce increased, so did the need for effective chemicals that could control pests on a grander scale. This ushered in the era of chemical pesticides. In 1948, a Swiss chemist named Paul Hermann Müller was awarded a Nobel Prize for his discovery of dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, also known as DDT. This new molecule had unparalleled power to control many insect species until the 1950s, when insects became resistant to it. Worse, the chemical actually drove dramatic declines in bird populations, poisoned water sources, and was eventually found to cause long-term health problems in humans. By 1972, DDT had been banned in the United States, and yet traces still linger in the environment today. Since then, chemists have been searching for alternatives. With each new wave of inventions, they've encountered the same obstacle: rapid species evolution. As pesticides destroy pest populations, they leave behind only the most resistant individuals. They then pass on their pesticide-resisting genes to the next generation. That's led to the rise of superbugs, such as the Colorado potato beetle, which is resistant to over 50 different insecticides. Another downside is that other bugs get caught in the crossfire. Some of these are helpful predators of plant pests, or vital pollinators, so erasing them from agriculture wipes out their benefits too. Pesticides have improved over time and are currently regulated by strict safety standards, but they still have the potential to pollute soil and water, impact wildlife, and even harm us.
Dirty water kills. Right now, 1 in 9 people around the world don't have access to clean water. That is a big issue. When children have diarrhea, no amount of dirty water will rehydrate them. They need clean water. World Hope International solves this problem by drilling deep boreholes that provide year-round clean water from the purest sources. Improving health is just a start. The benefits trickle down to all parts of life, from keeping kids in school to enabling farmers to grow nutritious vegetables all year round. Many people try to solve the problem of water access by digging hand-dug wells. However, in sub-Saharan Africa, shallow hand-dug wells dry up easily, leaving communities desperate and leading to the same sickness they intend to avoid.
Air pollution killed 7 million people worldwide in 2012. More than half of the deaths were linked to poor air quality outdoors. Many types of pollutants exist. The most harmful are microscopic particles in the air. They're mainly produced by industrial activity and road transport, but also by farming and wood stoves. The very finest particles released by fuels like diesel are the most dangerous. Smaller and often toxic, they penetrate deeper into the respiratory system and can enter the bloodstream. Ozone is also a pollutant. In the stratosphere, it exists naturally, but at ground level, it's a health hazard. It's created by reactions between nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds in the presence of sunlight. These compounds come especially from exhaust fumes. Ozone can damage vegetation and cause stress for people with asthma and respiratory illness. Another gas, nitrogen oxide, forms quickly in high-temperature combustion in vehicle engines and power plants. It reacts with moisture in the air to form a vapor of nitric acid, which can worsen bronchitis and other health problems. Pollutants such as sulfur dioxide, benzene, ammonia, and toxic metals like lead and cadmium can also affect the lungs, eyes, digestive tract, or nervous system.